Is this book really up to the mark and does it really meet the expectations? Let's begin. Today we are going to talk about a book which has recently released and seems to be quite popular and quite the rage among readers. We are going to see if this book is really worth the hype. Now I know I am going to break a lot of hearts because there seems to be a vast pool of readers who totally love this book. Unfortunately, I did not feel the same way about it. So we are going to talk about it at length. But before we begin, I request you to grab yourself a cup of coffee because for this review, you're going to need one. The book that I'm talking about is 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty. A lot of you guys come watch the video, but I don't know why you wouldn't subscribe to my channel. It wouldn't hurt really. 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty talks a lot about love. It talks about how to find love and how to value it when you finally have it, and how to not be heartbroken if love leaves your life. To start with, this book is divided into 4 parts. Solitude, compatibility, healing and connection. He's tried to portray the 4 ashrams that are mentioned in the Hindu Vedas, which is the Brahmacharya ashram, the Grihastha ashram, Vanaprastha ashram, and the 4th one, which is the Sannyas ashram. So these have a lot of depth, they have a lot of meaning, and they have a lot of learning to imbibe in all the 4 stages of life. How Jay Shetty projects them here is totally around love and just around love. So he talks about how Brahmacharya is about learning to love yourself, and how Grihastha ashram is about learning to love your partner, and so on and so forth. So he's drawn parallels just around love, and that's where I feel it's so wrong. I do understand that he tried to probably draw an analogy, but even in that sense it felt quite wrong. As for the chapters, it felt like there's a lot less to learn, but a lot more introspection going on, because at the end of every chapter there's a lot of exercises to do. I felt it was a lot of homework to do at the end of every chapter. I'm reading a novel, I'm reading a self-help book. I am not reading a school textbook. Another thing that I want to talk about the content is that it felt like he's talking a lot. Okay, so every idea has a lot of meat around it, to support and finally get to what he's trying to say. At 270 odd pages, this felt like such a heavy task. I felt like the book is just not getting over. It's going on, and I spent a lifetime trying to finish this book. And finally, I think what is worth mentioning here are the little snippets from his own personal life that he's shared here, his relationship with his wife and stuff like that. So there's one particular instance that kind of stayed with me, and I want to talk about it a little bit. Jay Shetty has shared about how he proposed to his wife. Now what was interesting there was, he said that he made a whole lot of grand plans. He planned the whole evening, how he's going to propose, and what he's going to do. Eventually what he realized was that the one thing that she truly liked, which was food, which is an important thing for her, that was not as well planned. Something to learn over there, that you need to take into account what's important for your partner, for the person you're in love with, rather than making grand plans and trying to make it exquisite and lavish and all of that. I hope I'm making sense, because that's something that made sense to me and it stuck with me. 8 Rules of Love by Jay Shetty didn't really work for me. I felt it was bland and didn't have anything fresh for me, and it just felt like written for somebody who's a fresher in the matter of love and relationships. Alright guys, it was great to be with you. One thing that I'd like to add quickly, and that is my debut novel, which is a collection of poems in Hindi, is coming out soon. And it's into publishing as we speak. I'm going to keep sharing updates about where it's reached and when it's coming out and all of that on my channel itself, and you do not want to miss it, so please do subscribe. I'm going to see you in my next video. Until then, be reading, be inspiring. Goodbye.